Hey guys, my name is Alexis and welcome to a new video. If you're new to YouTube, new to my channel, please remember to click that like button and the subscribe button down below. And if you really love me, press that little bell. My channel is really versatile, so just kind of watch my videos and figure out what I'm doing because I haven't figured it out yet. Today's going to be another true crime story. Last video was kind of all over the place and I hope I'm a little better with this one. I'm not as sick. Some updates in my life. I got my ears pierced. I've never had my ears pierced before and I don't want to hear it. Just let me be happy. Started school, completely drowning in homework, but I don't even know where my computer is. And work is still, kicking my butt. But anyways, let's talk about the case. This case is going to be on Kenneka Jenkins. Kenneka Jenkins was a 19-year-old female who was found dead inside of a latch freezer in Chicago, Illinois on September 10th, 2017. So almost about 3 years now. Kenneka was a college student, and it said that she was at a college party with two of her friends. Two of her friends were with her at the party. Obviously, there were other people around at college parties. I mean, is there ever, some type of coordination? No, you're just kind of having fun. You're drinking, smoking, whatever you're doing at a college party, especially if she's 19. She's probably at that age where she wants to kind of do whatever she wants. Me. Anyways, continuing. Kenneka is said to have had a little bit too much to drink. Her friends lost track of her, which I can't even believe that happened because honestly, I mean, I guess if you're having fun, you don't really want to keep track of your friends, but anyways. Her friends have said to, lose track of her, didn't notice that she stumbled out of the college party and kind of left. It was in a hotel. And she made her way down to the kitchen and walked, keep in mind that she's drunk this whole time, walked into the freezer herself. And once the door closed, it locked her in. And it said that she had died of hypothermia from being in the freezer. That is the general description of the story. I kind of summarized it. I didn't put in every little detail. But I just want to talk about some things that don't add up and why this case is actually, created so much of a media attention. It was very popular on Twitter. It was very popular on pretty much for a while. Her mom was being an advocate for Kenneka because she knew that wasn't her child. And there is surveillance video from the hotel that shows her stumbling into the freezer and how she was walking. And in some of the videos, you can see kind of like a shadow. And some people have speculated that might be another person or that something else happened before Kenneka made it into the freezer because it just doesn't make sense. Kenneka's body and kind of insert her injuries and everything that happened. So if you heard me say injuries, you might be thinking, why does she have injuries if she just stumbled into the freezer? That's exactly the problem. According to the police and the story that they conjugated, it was that, like I said before, she just walked into the freezer and, closed herself in. Everybody was at the party or either sleeping. It's a hotel and nobody noticed that she was in the freezer overnight. They couldn't find her. Kenneka's body was found kind of thrown to the side towards the door. She only had one shoe on and she looked dirty. She had like a jean jacket on. Her jean jacket was also kind of lifted up at the bottom. Her pants looked like they had been tampered with it, and her face was just like swollen, which after you're dead for a certain amount of time, your body goes through phases, whether it's rigor mortis or the other phases. It depends, like at the time stamp that you died, towards it all depends. It has different factors: the temperature, the time, the location, the position of the body. All of this factors in to know how the body is going to be found, and that's how medical examiners suggest the time of death, cause of death, and all these different things. Kenneka looked like she had been beaten up. Her lip was busted, basically, and she was found in like a position where her hands were close to her face, which I understand. Like, if you're cold, you kind of want to scrunch up and kind of, as if you're in pain, you want to scrunch up and kind of keep as much body heat as you can. But the way this girl was just found, it just does not add up. And it does not in any form make me believe that she just stumbled into the freezer. Like, why would you, okay, if you're in a freezer, first of all, I would try to get out, but keeping in mind that I'm drunk, I wouldn't go ahead, take my shoes off, or take one shoe off, mind you. Her hair was all over the place, and if you see the surveillance video from the hotel, her hair wasn't that crazy. It looks like in the pictures that the police took and the medical examiner took, her hair looked like it was like fumbled all over the place. I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but if I'm like freezing, I'm not moving. I'm literally shivering in a position where I want to get as much body heat. It's the fight or flight mechanism of your body. I imagine that if she's drunk, that's kind of altered a little bit to where there's not much she can fight, and even if she did, nobody would hear her until like 6, 7, 8 a.m. when the cooks would wake up to cook and open the freezer. So she probably gave up and would scrunch herself up into a little ball. She wouldn't be just thrown like the way that she was found. I just don't believe it. For me, it's like, it is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, that she just willingly walked into the freezer, and then other people say, well, she was drunk. She, you know, her decision making wasn't really the best. She doesn't really know where she was going. She was stumbling. Okay, I understand that, but something happened to her from the time that she left the party to the time that she got into the freezer, because surveillance video, yes, is helpful, but I don't want to implicate the police about anything. They could have altered the video. They could have cut some scenes out. If they didn't do that, it could be that the surveillance just didn't catch all the corners. It could be that it was somebody working in the hotel that knew the corners that the surveillance wouldn't pick up and kind of was following Kenneka. Just when you see all the facts and you hear the story and you see the evidence and you're involved in the case as much as you can be, being like a regular pedestrian, it just goes to show you that it doesn't add up. This is like 2 + 2 = -1. That doesn't add up. Okay, this poor girl, Kenneka, her mother has still been fighting for her, and you know, her mother really claims that she was a great girl. Yeah, she was going out on a college party, but who doesn't go out to parties when you're away at college? And she wasn't the type of girl to like get in trouble with anyone. So then people brought her 2 friends into it, and they started blaming them, and they started saying, well, they should have had a better eye on them, or on Kenneka, or maybe they were the ones that followed her and kind of beat her up. You know, people say that when you're drunk, you say everything that you're thinking, and when you're drunk, that's when you say the real things that are in your heart. And that if they had some anger or something towards Kenneka and went to go attack her, I don't know if I believe that. All I know that I believe is that Kenneka was definitely murdered, and this wasn't some accidental death where she walked herself into a freezer and she was drunk and couldn't get out and died because of hypothermia. That's not it. I included all the pictures, so you make your own assumptions, but this poor mother is still fighting for her, and she's still an advocate for it. And if you Google her and you Google the case and you know, you try to get more information on it like I did, you will see that everything just doesn't match up. And it's just amazing to me how law enforcement and everybody else just turns a blind eye to the things that they want. Isn't that funny, huh? Anyways, it was the short true crime video today. I don't know what to tell you. I summed everything up, gave you the evidence, gave you proof, and you make your own assumptions. Leave below in the comments whether you think Kenneka Jenkins was murdered or if she just so happened to be drunk and walked into that freezer. I already told you my opinion. It's an opinion. It isn't a fact. Don't attack me in the comments. Just let me know what you think and include anything else that I might have missed. I only did so much research. Like I said before, college started, and being, you know, a bio major isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world. So I do as much as I can with my time to research, and I just thought that this case needed to be talked about. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys keep going with me and subscribe and like and watch my next video. I love you all so much. All the love. Bye.